ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is time for the 4 seed versus the 13 seed, which I'm freaking whack. Believe it or not, the team that says number 10 under it is actually the 4 seed. So yeah, Tua's not playing. These rosters are accurate. Oklahoma's missing Grant Calcaterra, who you can't see because he's under my big face. Yeah, we're gonna run this up. We're headed to Norman for a night game. It'll be fun. Let's get it done. This is episode 4 of this little 16-team playoff series. So we'll see how this goes. This is probably the most hyped matchup of the first round of this entire thing. Just Oklahoma, Alabama. This was a matchup in the playoff last year. As you can see, we've got Kirk Herbstreit and Lee Corso down there. You know what I mean? As usual. We are here in Norman, Oklahoma. The student section is rocking, ladies and gentlemen. Sooners, Tide, Crimson everywhere. It'll be a fun one. It is definitely looking to be a fun one. Jalen Hurts, Kenneth Murray, Caleb Kelly. Those are your impact players right there with Trey Brown behind them. Jalen Hurts is going to take on his Tide. His Crimson Tide here. We'll see how this one goes as we get ready to kick it off here. We're going to jump right in the Tide. We'll have the ball first. Reeves Munshaw. Henry Ruggs. It is going to be a touchback there. Najee Harris going to get that first carry for about 2 yards. Mac Jones is going to find Najee Harris for 8 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and inches. And Mac Jones is going to get sacked on 3rd down, and this Sooner defense, ladies and gentlemen, is going to pull up to Norman and be like, yo, here we go. Here's the 5-yard loss. 3 and out. Bama, we'll see you. Give us the ball. So Bama will punt there to CeeDee Lamb, who's not gonna do much on the return. The Sooners, 7-yard handoff to Kennedy Brooks there. I expect the Sooners to be very run heavy there. Jalen Hurts with the carry. Big part of this day is we're going to see if the Sooners can take care of the ball. So they're very run heavy. Kennedy Brooks and Jalen Hurts alternating carries here. 5 straight runs. They are going to convert on that 3rd down, and Jalen Hurts will finally find a pass, a 9-yard reception to tight end Lee Morris to bring up 2nd and 1 as they are creeping towards the Alabama red zone. Kennedy Brooks with a short run. That will bring up a fresh set of downs here for the Sooners on the Alabama 31-yard line. Kennedy Brooks with another short run. Jalen Hurts. Nope. Kennedy Brooks on the handoff to the left. Sooners lots of running. 3rd and 1 now from the 23, and they are going to drop it back. Jalen Hurts is going to drop the dime to Lee Morris, the tight end, yet again down to the 11. Kennedy Brooks, a heavy dose of Kennedy Brooks here today, ladies and gentlemen, and it'll bring up 3rd and 1 from the 2-yard line. And they're going to get a first down. 3rd and 1 from the 2. They will get the first down, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line for the Sooners as they're going to hand it off to Kennedy Brooks yet again, and he will score for that TD, baby. That TD, I'm not biased. I'm definitely not biased in this game. We're just rolling. We're rolling with it. Yeah. So the Sooners take an early 7-0 lead about halfway, 2/3 of the way through the first quarter here. Chat saying, I hope the Sooners lose. We've got a lot of Alabama fans in the chat, I see. Mac Jones is going to take off for about a 7-yard scramble. And on 2nd down, they're going to hand it off to Najee Harris, who will get stumped for a loss of 2. That will bring up 3rd down and 5. On 3rd down, Mac Jones will throw the incomplete pass. So that is back-to-back 3 and outs for the Sooner defense. Causing a lot of trouble here for this Tide here. The Crimson Tide early. And TJ Pledger is out there now. That's the 4th-string running back for the Sooners. As you guys may know, Trey Sermon, the starter, is down for the season. Not quite sure where Kennedy Brooks went after that last play. I didn't see any injuries. But TJ Pledger is going to get 3 straight carries here. 4 straight carries here. I bring up 3rd down and 2. And Jalen Hurts will run it on that 3rd and 2. And he will pick up the first down as the Sooners are out past their own 30 now. Clock is ticking. CeeDee Lamb on the little sweep play to the left is going to only find about 2 yards there. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter here in Norman, ladies and gentlemen. Sooners lead at 7-0 over the Crimson Tide. And Jalen Hurts has a pass drop there by TJ Pledger. And it's not good. That'll be 4th and 8. And the Sooners will have to punt it away here to the Tide. No return on the play. Fair catch. Mac Jones will scramble for a 6-yard rush there. Najee Harris for 4. And that'll bring up 3rd and 1 for this Tide. We'll see if they can finally pick up a first down. And they will. Mac Jones going to find Devontae Smith for the check down. And here we go. The Tide's starting to move the ball a little bit. 5-yard rush from Najee Harris. 6-yard rush on the sweep play to the right to Devonta Smith. Najee Harris, another carry. Oh, Alabama running all over this Oklahoma defense now. Najee Harris, the 9-yard carry. The 5-yard carry from Najee Harris. The 4-yard carry. Oh, he is all over them. And the 8-yard reception to Jerry Jeudy. Pick up the first on 3rd and 1 there. And Najee Harris finally going to get blown up in the backfield. He put the sliders up. Definitely didn't. They've been the same for every game. Najee Harris going to get blown up. That'll bring up 2nd and 13 here. And Mac Jones is going to have to throw that away as Sooners were in the backfield there. 3rd and 13 from the 40. Not quite in field goal range. And they're not going to pick up 13 on that check down to Jalen Waddle on the little slant route. That'll bring up 4th and 7 from the 34. Alabama will kick the field goal though. Joseph Bolovis will hit the 51-yarder to make it 7-3. And as a Tide fan, you are glad to see that after the struggles you've had with the kicking game over the past few years. Sooners will bring it out now. Kennedy Brooks is back out on the field after being shaken up the last drive. So if you're a Sooner fan, you're a bit happy to see that. Kennedy with a 2-yard run. Jalen with a 7-yard scramble. And he's going to go to Nick Basquin, who will drop the pass. And the Sooners will have to punt the ball away. And Alabama will now have the ball on their own 6-yard line. Mac Jones going to find tight end Miller Forrestall. A 7-yard pickup. And they're going to hand it to Najee Harris here, who's going to work the 8-yard run. And they're going to hand it to the backup, Brian Robinson Jr. for the 4-yard run. And Mac Jones with a strike down the field to running back Najee Harris for 24 yards out near midfield now. And they're back to the ground game with Mac Jones on the scramble. Najee Harris with a 4-yard pickup. And Mac Jones going to get sacked there on 1st down to bring up 2nd and 14. And they're going to get those 4 yards back on a scramble for Mac Jones. 3rd and 10 now from the 39 for the Tide. This is a big play. And they're not going to convert as they're going to have 4th and 6 now from the 35. And they're going to kick a 52-yard field goal. So Alabama, you want to talk about putting my sliders up, chat. Kevin Ader. Alabama's hit 2 50-yard field goals. They can't even hit 25-yard field goals. And you're saying my side's unrealistic. All right, the Sooners will get the ball back here with 4:03 to play in the second half. Kennedy Brooks going to go nowhere. Jalen Hurts going to find CeeDee Lamb downfield for the 25-yard pass. And they're going to get the run game going again. Kennedy Brooks with the 6-yarder. And we are going to get a pass interference call on Josh McMillan. Perhaps, yeah, pass interference call. 15 yards. And, what? Second play will go nowhere, and they will throw it. And that'll bring up 3rd and 3 after the 10-yard catch by Nick Basquin. 3rd and 3 from the 17 here for the Sooners. And they will convert there as he will find Charleston Rambo on the 8-yard out. That'll bring a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for the Sooners. And a 9-yard catch to Nick Basquin will bring up 2nd and goal from the run. The 1, we'll see if the Sooners can go to Pound Town. Kennedy Brooks is going to get a yard from the 1, but somehow isn't in the end zone. They're going to run it one more time to the big boy, the JUCO transfer, Ramondre Stevenson, for the touchdown. The Sooners will take a 14-6 lead here with 41 seconds to play in the half. Alabama going to get a 15-yard pass out to the 40. We'll see if they can find another strike, and they will not. Mac Jones is going to get sacked. That should be the half, and it is. What a first half there. Pretty low-scoring game from two high-powered offenses. Just like we've seen, we haven't seen a lot of passing in this playoff thus far. It's been a lot of run game. The Sooners will get the ball first to start the half, and a score here on this drive will be huge to start the half. They're going to give the hand to Kennedy Brooks. And then another handoff to Kennedy Brooks to bring up 3rd down and 1. And they will get it on the run by Jalen Hurts, the QB power play that those Sooners love so much. Bring up a fresh set of downs. They'll go right back to Kennedy Brooks, pounding it away for 7 yards and 3rd and 2. And Brooks, they're going to say he's not going to get it. And that'll bring up 4th and inches, and the Sooners will have to punt. So Alabama gets a stop on the opening drive, and here they come. Jerry Jeudy, Najee Harris, they're getting creative. Mac Jones to Cameron Latu, the tight end downfield for 18 yards, and they are now at the 50-yard line. And on the first play, Mac Jones is going to get sacked by right linebacker Jalen Redmond, who's actually on the defensive line on that play. We've seen a lot of action from the Sooners in the backfield. Mac Jones going to take another loss there. We'll see if they can come back. A short rush from Brian Robinson. I'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the Tide. And they're going to find a massive strike 23 yards downfield. The Sooners have really struggled to find Najee Harris when he slips out of the backfield. And now they're going to give the Najee Harris. And after the false start penalty, they'll bring up 2nd and 11. And the Tide with a 1-yard run. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 27-yard line here. And they're going to convert. A nice pass from Mac Jones to Jerry Jeudy all the way down to the 6-yard line of the Sooners. And a score there, Najee Harris. And Alabama will go for 2. And they will not get it as Kenneth Murray will get the stop back there. So this is still a 2-point game. We are not tied with 5:47 to play here. And here come the Sooners. Kennedy Brooks, the 5-yard rush. The little check down to Charleston Rambo. Sooners on 3rd and 1 will convert with a QB power run from Jalen Hurts. Oh, here we go again. Jalen on the scramble with the 9-yard run as they move Jalen Hurts again, 5 more yards on the ground. And they're going to give the handoff to Kennedy Brooks to the left. The Sooners are running everything to that left side of the defensive line of Alabama, and they haven't been able to stop it. And I spoke too soon because they did it again, and Alabama stuffed it on 2nd and 3. That'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Sooners here, as they will convert. Jalen Hurts will find Charleston Rambo for an 8-yard gain. And they're going to hand it off to the fullback, the big boy Jeremiah Hall. After a 2-yard rush by Kennedy Brooks, we have 3rd and 1 for the Sooners here from the 25. And that will end the quarter, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go into the 4th. Sooners up 14-12. And an Alabama penalty, an offsides penalty, will give the Sooners the 1st down. An 7-yard run there from Kennedy Brooks. He'll pick up 4 more to give him a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. A touchdown here from the Sooners would be absolutely huge, as Jalen Hurts going to run it all the way down to the 1. And the Sooners are going to hand it off to Kennedy Brooks for the score. And the Sooners have taken control of this ball game. Up 9 now with 13 minutes to play. We'll see if Alabama can answer. And a 14-yard pass to Jalen Waddle out of the gates is just what you want to see. An incomplete pass and then a 6-yard check down to the tight end Miller Forrestall. He sounds like a UFC fighter, if we're being completely honest. Miller Forrestall. Yeah. He could be a UFC fighter, for sure. Mac Jones to Miller Forrestall for 6 yards. 3rd and 4 here from your own 44-yard line. They are going to convert. He will find that Jerry Jeudy is down the right sideline for 12. Incomplete pass on 1st down. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. 3rd down, 13-yard pass to Devonta Smith. You can't cover all of these Alabama receivers. They are too good. And he'll find Devonta Smith again for a little check down and a throwaway to bring up 3rd and 6 here from the 27. And that will be 4th down after Mac Jones cannot find his man. And they'll kick the field goal to make this game 21-15. So the Sooners need some kind of points here to put this away. And it will be back to the ground. Kennedy Brooks. 3rd down and 4. Jalen Hurts is going to find Kennedy Brooks on a little check down pass. Not only are the Sooners moving the ball a little bit here, they're running the clock. But Jalen Hurts is going to have to throw the ball away. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5. And they will find Charleston Rambo 26 yards down the left sideline, streaking open. Wow. What a play by Charleston Rambo there. To put the Sooners into Alabama territory. The handoff to Kennedy Brooks goes nowhere. Then Jalen Hurts going to scramble it out on his own. And bring up 3rd down and 6. And a penalty on the Tide. It looks a 15-yard penalty against the defense, but on a defensive tackle, I'm not quite sure what that could be, but it's going to move the Sooners all the way down to the Tide 15 here. And if you're Alabama, you cannot afford a touchdown. It's 3rd down and 8. The Sooners will not. It will be 4th down. They will be forced to kick a field goal. And ladies and gentlemen, Spencer Rattler is in the game now for the Sooners. I don't know if Jalen Hurts is hurt or what, but freshman Spencer Rattler is in the game. And he's going to hand it off to TJ Pledger IV for a touchdown to make this game 15-29. A 2-touchdown game here as we are going to kick it back off to the Tide. And they're not doing much. TJ Pledger did, but did they turn it over on downs? I completely missed what happened. The Sooners are looking like they're going to run out the clock here. 4th and 2 now. They're going to kick a field goal to make it 32-15. Alabama trying desperately. That's going to be an interception for the Sooners now. Delarian Turner-Yell intercepted. Jalen Hurts is going to come back onto the field and take a knee, so it appears he was just shaken up for a play or two. And the Sooners are going to move on. And Ronnie Perkins, player of the game, 6 tackles, 3 sacks. Out there greeting an Alabama player. The Sooner players celebrate here in Norman. That dub. Sooners absolutely had a dominant 4th quarter, ladies and gentlemen. A dominant 4th quarter. Able to close it home. Alabama could not get it done here. Sooners ran the ball all over. They only threw the football for 116 yards. But they were consistent. They had 2 takeaways and they won the ball game. So that'll do it. They're going to go celebrate with their student section now. You see Jalen Hurts hyped up, beating his former team, Alabama. So we're gonna tune the stats over here. We'll just tune it on in. Jalen Hurts throwing 10 for 14 for 116 yards. Mac Jones 18 for 30, 211, 2 picks. We're gonna go look at on the ground. Sooners just handed Kennedy Brooks the ball 32 times. Man was an absolute workhorse today. He carried it for 103 yards. Najee Harris wasn't bad. 15 carries for 56 yards. Jalen Hurts carried 11 times for 55 yards. Receiving wise, nobody had over 60 yards receiving. So Jerry Jeudy and Najee Harris led the pack, and it was Charleston Rambo. Only had 1 catch from CeeDee Lamb, which is that big 25-yarder on that 3rd down play earlier in the video, I think. And yeah, so that'll do it. 32-15 Sooners. And that will conclude the first half of the bracket. That is not what I wanted to pull up. As the Sooners are going to move on after a 32-15 victory over the Tide, ladies and gentlemen. Submit that score, save the bracket. And there you have it. As half of our bracket is now done, the favored team has won in every single matchup. We had 2 overtime games. You guys are new here. But moving on, our next game will be Clemson and Michigan, which I have my eye on. I'm excited about that game. So if you guys are ready to see Clemson and Michigan, this continued version of the college football playoff, tune it up, tune it up, tune it in. Tune it up and tune it in. Until next time, thank you.